So this is my video diary of my journey. I started this to document my transition to a new career at a later in life age. And so it's been a while, and so I want to give some updates. For a while there, it was neck and neck with my job. We thought we might actually be closing because things were pretty dire in the mortgage market, and so obviously that wouldn't have been a good thing, survivable, but not great. And we did end up actually having a couple of rough weeks, but then things turned around, and now we actually have more business than we can process. And in that time, I also spent a lot of time studying so that I could take my state-specific education for various states in the country. And now I am happy to say that I am licensed in 9 states. And so I can start writing loans in 9 states, which is very exciting, including my own home state of North Carolina. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to be able to have more control over the process that I go through with my clients, and just knowing every step of the process. And I'm learning every day, and it's been very busy and very exciting. And of course, this is against the backdrop of a global pandemic and a lot of chaos in the marketplace. And so those are the things that have been happening contemporarily with my transitioning to a new career, and so much going on. It's been such a crazy time. It would have been a crazy time had I stayed in a career that I was familiar with and that I knew, and with people that I knew, and a boss that I loved. But I took the leap of faith, not knowing that all the bridges were about to be washed out, so metaphorically speaking. So also I've had a real struggle this year with pollen and spring fever, allergies, etc. And so that's been a challenge, but now the pollen is better. I'm outside again, enjoying a gorgeous but cool spring day, and the chimes on my porch, etc. And that's been nice. Today is actually Mother's Day, and so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, regardless of what state you're in. If you are a mother who's lost children, or a mother who is currently in the thick of raising little ones, or like me, all of your children have flown the nest. I just want to wish you a great day. I am enjoying my Mother's Day, although it's quiet because of the pandemic and the state still being on a state of lockdown, although it is slowly working its way back to a more open condition. We still see a lot of deaths and a lot of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in our area and in our county especially. So nothing is normal. Also during this time, the only news story that has seemed to capture anybody's attention besides the stock market and the pandemic itself and all of the interrelated stories is the story of Ahmaud Arbery, a young man who was gunned down while out for a jog. And he was targeted because 2 men in the neighborhood thought that he is probably the person who's been burglarizing people's houses. And they drew this conclusion primarily, I think, because he was black. I don't know what else about a jogger would make somebody suspicious, but unfortunately they decided to confront him, and it ended up in his murder. That happened a couple of months ago, and all of the facts are now coming to light, videos of the event, etc. It's extremely sad, it's extremely heartbreaking, and it's very discouraging to think that someone can be jogging and just enjoying being outdoors and taking care of themselves and their body, and something so tragic like this and so senseless, so needless could happen to them. It's beyond sad. It's beyond tragic. It's actually kind of horrifying. And that's not what this video diary is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be stories to uplift you, and it's supposed to be things to encourage you to take risks. And I have to say, I am doing extraordinarily well in my career, despite all of the odds, despite the fact that I'm still learning, despite the fact that I'm trying to become successful in an environment of chaos. I've been really blessed, and I've had wonderful things happen to me. And so even though that's not what this video diary is supposed to be about, I think it's important to note for the future that there is a backdrop of sadness from the pandemic, from all of the people losing their lives, people losing their livelihoods, people losing their businesses. There's such an angry, violent reaction in some corners from people being required to wear masks when they go out in public places and when they go shopping in grocery stores, etc. And that anger is kind of hard to understand. These masks are being required to try to help protect workers and to protect the public, and it's kind of strange and hard to understand why people are getting so upset about having to put a piece of cloth over their face. At least that's my perspective, for whatever it's worth. But it's also important to remember that amongst all of the craziness going on and the fear and the doubt and the way our world has changed, probably forever, that there's some things that have not changed, and they have been needing to change for a long time, such as applied racism and the fact that people of color, and especially black people in this country, have never been safe, and to this day cannot feel safe. And that is a epidemic that is long lasting and seems impossibly hard to cure. So please forgive me for my moment of sadness. I do want to wish anyone viewing this a happy Mother's Day and all blessings and all peace. I'm so thankful for all the things that are going right in my life, such as my family and my career. It's wonderful. But I'm also so heartbroken that we can't seem to be better as a people and as a country than what's been going on, the way we're acting toward each other, and that a wonderful young man can't go out for a jog without losing his life. 2020 has definitely been a challenging and difficult year. It is May, it is Mother's Day, and together we all look forward to better and happier times. Thank you for being part of my journey. I welcome you. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time.